And good evening, everyone, and welcome to an all-new edition of Hannity's America. And we get right to our top story tonight and our next volume in the Real Barack Obama series. Now, Barack Obama and his stance on the issue of abortion. He is a supporter of Planned Parenthood, but the group is under fire these days for agreeing to take money from people who want to abort African-American babies.
Planned Parenthood touts itself as being the most trusted advisor of reproductive health care in America, and it hopes to continue spreading its political and social agenda this election season. Barack Obama caught the eye of Planned Parenthood well before he began his race for the White House. As a long supporter of pro-choice rights for women, the Illinois senator vowed to keep fighting for their cause when he spoke over the summer to the Planned Parenthood Action Fund.
There will always be people, many of goodwill, who do not share my view on the issue of choice. On this fundamental issue, I will not yield, and Planned Parenthood will not yield.
And Barack Obama's voting record shows this to be true. Early in his political career, the junior Illinois senator sided with pro-choice legislation. In 1997, Barack Obama opposed a bill banning partial birth abortions in the Illinois State Senate. Obama, a law professor at the time, voted against the bill, saying it was unconstitutional. In 2002, he also voted against the Induced Birth Infant Liability Act, requiring parents to be financially responsible for the baby's medical bills and well-being if the abortion is not successful.
With one more vacancy on the court, we could be looking at a majority hostile to a woman's fundamental right to choose for the first time since Roe versus Wade, and that is what is at stake in this election. Well, it's time for us to change that. It is time for a different attitude in the White House. It is time for a different attitude in the Supreme Court. It is time to turn the page and write a new chapter in American history.
And Planned Parenthood wants to make sure if Barack Obama is elected that his opinions will not waver. In 2004, Planned Parenthood contributed $10,000 to Obama's senatorial campaign, and they have already donated almost $2,000 to his presidential campaign. In addition, the Wall Street Journal reports that Planned Parenthood is launching its own campaign to ensure that pro-abortion candidates are elected to Congress and the White House this coming November. Calling it the 1 Million Strong campaign, the pro-choice organization vows to go door to door and spend $10 million with the hopes of persuading 1 million people to vote for pro-abortion candidates. And as the abortion agency gears up for a political battle this election season, Planned Parenthood is finding itself in some extremely hot water. In California, an independent student magazine run by a group of UCLA students went undercover and recorded phone conversations with Planned Parenthood.
Advocate staff and I decided to investigate the racist history of Planned Parenthood and if it plays out today in both their practical policies and how they affect minority populations, but also their development department. We had an actor call up Planned Parenthood across the country to see how they would respond to someone who had a very racist agenda.
Good afternoon, this is Autumn.
Hello, Autumn. I'm interested in making a donation today.
Fantastic.
What about abortions for the underprivileged minority groups?
Certainly.
Okay. So the abortion could be, I could give money specifically for a black baby. That'd be the purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. If you wanted to designate that you wanted your gift to be used to help an African-American woman in need, then we would certainly make sure that gift was earmarked specifically for that purpose.
Great, because I really face trouble with affirmative action, and I don't want my kids being disadvantaged, against black kids. I just had a baby. I want to put it in his name, so that's definitely possible.
Oh, always, always.
Unfortunately, the call does not stop there, and the Planned Parenthood employee does not hang up the phone.
And we just think, the less black kids out there, the better.
Understandable.
This is just one of several phone conversations recorded by the students. The response of another administrator from Planned Parenthood is just as shocking.
If you specifically wanted to underwrite an abortion for a minority person, you can target it that way. You can specify that that's how you want it spent.
Okay, yeah, because there's definitely way too many black people in Ohio, so I'm just trying to do my part.
Okay, whatever.
Well, blacks especially need abortions, too. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, for whatever reason, we'll accept the money.
79% of their clinics are in minority neighborhoods, and an African-American baby is almost as likely to be aborted because of this as it is to be born. Abortion is truly impacting, devastating the African-American community, and Planned Parenthood is behind that. All 7 states, which was the extent of the investigation, did not hang up the phone despite his racist requests. Instead, they agreed to process his donation, which would target an African-American woman, or they said they would get back to him to find a way to do so.
In a statement to the Fox News channel, the organization explained, quote, Planned Parenthood's mission is deeply rooted in the philosophy of equality for all, and our doors are open to everyone. Planned Parenthood firmly and unequivocally denounces racial bias in the delivery of health care. 2 local employees violated the organization's principles and practices when they responded to deceptive calls from a political opponent who posed as a racist donor and secretly taped the conversations. It is clear these employees made serious mistakes, and we apologize again for the way that this was handled. Fox News also reached out to Barack Obama's campaign for a comment on the phone conversations that the students recorded with Planned Parenthood, but the campaign did not give us a response. Planned Parenthood's influence in the political and social arena has been enormous, and they have a lot riding on this election come November.
Thanks to all of you at Planned Parenthood for all the work that you are doing for women all across the country and for families all across the country and for men who have enough sense to realize you're helping them all across the country.
Now, it's puzzling that Barack Obama's campaign would not give Fox News a comment about this, or at least denounce the Planned Parenthood employees who agreed to take the racist donations. And